have quite an incredible name that kind of fits this day, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Coach Privet, you'll be right here. We got the door shut? Okay. Girls, congratulations. Coach, congratulations on an outstanding victory. This is the 2017 Class 4A State Champion, Madison Academy, Lady Mustangs, Coach Brian Privet.
Well, I praise the Lord for this opportunity. These girls are special. They showed a lot of fight today. We play a difficult schedule to get ready for opportunities like this and try to challenge our girls to compete against each other on a daily basis to prepare for this. And I thought it showed in our poise, even when the game was a little bit crazy. And to be down to Deschler in that situation and the girls turn it up, they did an outstanding job. I want to brag on them. We had to execute a game plan today that we had not executed all year. And being able to control the tempo against them. They try to speed you up so much and score in high volume. We knew if we could keep the score down a little bit lower, we'd have a chance at the end. And the girls executed the plan and were able to turn it up in the fourth quarter.
Questions for coach or players?
Jaden, just talk about the play there at the end that caused the jump ball there. What'd you see on it?
During halftime, Coach, he got really mad at us because we weren't getting on the floor for the ball at all. And so he just asked us how bad we wanted it. And there was like only three seconds left in the game when they threw the ball in. And I just saw the ball right there in front of my face. And I just wanted it more than they did.
Other questions? Other questions?
I'm sorry, Coach.
Didn't see you wave.
Coach, you guys jump up to 4A. You have a really young team. They come out here. They win a state title. What does that say about the squad that you have?
Well, I think it says a lot about our chemistry on our team because we had two seniors this year that are not in the spotlight all the time. They're not sitting in here, but they played just a huge role. And you can't say enough about Victoria Boland and Mary Wheeler, and so they've been in the program obviously for a long time. And really, even though we're young, this team's been together for a couple of years. And I had experience of battling it out at the regional championship with Lauderdale County. And so that really prepared us for being on this stage. And so I can't say enough about everybody playing their role and us having a good chemistry. Victoria Boland stepped up right there in the game in a one-on-one situation. And to be honest with you, Victoria is not our best free throw shooter. And she was so poised and buried those two free throws and extended their lead to 4. And they came down and scored. So if we wouldn't have hit those free throws, it could have been a tied game right there.
Coach Privet, Matt Zaleski, Fox Sports Shoals Radio. This is the first time I've seen your team play this year, but I probably did 4 or 5 games last year because I covered Lauderdale County and Lexington. And in the Shoals area, very few people gave you guys a chance today, but I was actually one that thought if you played well, you could be in the game.
Thank you.
Beating a team like Deschler, because obviously they've won 60-something in a row. They were looking for their 3rd straight. I mean, do you feel like your team played almost a perfect game today, or do you still think there's room for improvement even after such a great win? Yeah, it's a good question. I told the girls we did not have to play flawless to beat them, but we did have to play efficient. And so but we had 23 turnovers, and we try to play about 12 under. So they almost doubled our turnovers. I told the girls at halftime, I said, they're getting more attempts than we are, because we're turning the ball over. And so I said, we got to at least get shots up there, So, I don't think we played perfect, but I think we executed our game plan for 3 quarters. We were going to try to control the tempo. And then I told the girls going in the fourth quarter, it's go time. I said, you guys are free. Let's go. And they turned it up. Congratulations.
All right. This question is for Jaden. Obviously basketball runs in your blood. Did your brother give you any words of encouragement coming into this game at all? Any advice?
Yeah, he did. He just told me to stay poised during the game and that the lights, they get real bright and it gets real hot out there. and it did get really hot. So he just told me to stay poised and just, play my game and just play hard, most of all.
Question for any of the players. How much pressure did you guys feel in the last 2-3 minutes of this game, and how did you get through it?
The girl number, I don't know who number it was, but she made a 3. I didn't feel any pressure, to be honest, because I knew that my team would fight through it, because we've been through so many close games with Sparkman and Center Point. There's good teams. Like, if they were put together, there'd probably be a Deshler. So, I just didn't feel pressure at all, to be honest, because we fought through it, and I'm glad we got this. So, yeah.
Other questions?
Destiny, all season I've covered Deshler, and Carly Sledge has dominated just about every opponent she's faced. But I thought maybe she got dominated a little bit today by you. How much did you put on your shoulders today to say, hey, I've got to take it to this girl, get her in some foul trouble? Because Carly looked very aggressive to me early, but once she got a couple fouls, it looked like she kind of backed off a little bit, and your shots even got easier. Did Coach give you any advice, or your teammates saying, hey, we got to get this girl in foul trouble and try to get her out of the game, or at least minimize what she can do?
Yes. Well, we've talked about her because she's a good shot blocker, so I have to shot fake, and we worked on that. She can jump, so I had to work on that too. So my whole practice was about her, so I just try to get better and stuff.
Other questions, players or coach?
Coach, just with this team being so young, and how bright is your future?
Well, it's really as bright as these girls want it to be, and hats off to them. A lot of these girls do a lot of extra work individually, even outside of our team practices, and it shows being, late in the game. I thought Destiny had a really good screen for Jaden. She got loose going to the rim and got an and one right there. It was a big point in the game and knocked down a free throw. So just the youth on this team, these 3 girls sitting here, and and a couple other 10th graders that are in the mix. It's going to be up to them if they want to keep on working and not be satisfied. Right now, we just want to enjoy this one. We've worked hard for it. We knew it could be us and Deshler, and that's what we kind of worked for the whole season. So to be in this opportune moment and be able to enjoy it together and them see the fruits of their labor, because sometimes you work really hard at something and you don't get rewarded. Deshler's worked really hard to be in this position for the 3rd year in a row, and they're runner-up, and I know what that feels like. So hats off to Coach Killen and her program. It's unbelievable, and it's a great challenge today. Great basketball game.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a great championship game.
Thank you, Ron.
Season. These 2 teams combined for just 2 losses all season. Yeah. I'm sure. Are you TV folks going to do any kind of one-on-ones across the hall? Yeah. Okay, they want to grab you real quickly. And remember, they have not been to their team locker room yet, so please do it as quickly as possible.
Guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Somebody who's constantly going after it.
It's been great having Nicole. I mean, she's the kid that if the ball's up in the air, she comes out with it. And I always know I'm going to get 150%, not even 100% out of Nicole. And it's been great having Nicole.
Coach, how much did this team's lack of familiarity with that type of late game situation, with so much on the line, how much did that hurt you guys today?
Our ball just wasn't going in good. I mean, it just sounded like that last 3 we put up. I thought it was in, and it went in, and it popped back out, and then so you can say if this then that, but. Yeah, I don't know. We just didn't win this game. We didn't play as good as we normally do.
Carly, you've been a very dominant player all year, and Destiny, she's a wide body down there. Did her size really seem to give you trouble this afternoon?
Yeah, she's a little bit bigger than me, so it's hard to box out and push her back. I think I could have helped out a little more if I fronted her, but she's a really good player. She helped me.
Other questions?
Coach, this loss notwithstanding, how on a positive side do you want this particular year's team to be remembered?
This team was an awesome team. That's what I hate about, if you win all your games and you lose your last one, kids feel like they didn't achieve. This team was very successful. I mean, look what they did all year. They won every tournament except this tournament. We beat some majorly big schools, and I mean, they played great all year. So this team is a successful team, and that's what I hate most, is I just don't want them to feel like they've let anybody down.
How hard is it to win 68 games in a row, looking at the streak now?
It's hard. I mean, it's so hard. It's hard to win. It's hard to win state, and people sometimes act like, oh, it's easy, y'all gonna win state again. It's hard. I mean, you got to keep people healthy. You got to keep people focused, and you play all these games. I mean, this was our 35th game, and it's very tough to stay focused, and the whole process is hard.
Coach, how will you remember this 2016-17 team?
Kids that came to practice every day, worked hard, had a great attitude, happy, funny kids that you'd love to be around. They all love each other. I mean, they're an awesome team.